Praise the Lord.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
May the brothers coming back at you for mercy and grace to the Lord. Another Lord willing edifying lesson. Before we start, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash.
double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, our teachers. Shalom to the brothers across the four winds of this earth, pushing this truth in all righteousness and sincerity. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations. The sincere Akim wa Akwat in all diligence to make the calling and election sure in these last days.
Water boy, Shalom to all you Akim, you Akwat, you brothers and you true sisters that subscribe to this doctrine that was given through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Shai, to our beloved elder apostles, on down to the elder bishops, elders, and Akim, pushing this gospel of truth and sincerity today. You know, Lord will, this is an edifying lesson. Lord will, straight to the point. Hey, we're just out here, man, running errands, man, and the Spirit hit. That's what we're doing, man. Another day to preach the words of Yahweh Bashim Shah, man, preach this gospel, man. So Kawadi Bashim Shah for that, man. This lesson's ultimately gonna go into, basically counting the cost, man. There's certain situations that, brothers have gone through, coming into this gospel and or continue to go through, as far as, losing things, man. And in particular, more in particular, as far as the lesson going into losing, friends and family and so on and so forth because of this gospel, and it's part of the path that we walk, man. You have to understand that, it's not a path of that's easy. If it was, ultimately everybody would be on that path, and majority of people are not going to be on this path, man. And that's that straight gate. So I bring
Comes Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13.
Yeah.
Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Right, the straight gate, which is the word straight is not the actual like straight line, but it goes into STRAIT, right, which go into a position of difficulty, right? Again, it's not an easy path to be on, right? But that's the gate that's ultimately going to lead to life, as the brother is going to bring out. Go ahead.
Enter ye in at the straight gate,
right?
For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Right, and that wide and bright gate, that wide and bright path is going into what? The ways of this world, man. Continue to be around. Hey, yeah, we all have family members, man, and not all our family members are going to be on that straight and narrow path. Not every family member we have is going to be, or going to try their best to follow the law, such members of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. A lot of our family members are going to continue to eat pork. They're going to continue to commit adultery. They're going to continue to gang bang. They're going to continue to do all these wicked ass things. Hey, well, those things that they're doing is part of that wide and broad path, man.
Yep.
If you're doing contrary to what the world expects of you, and then you're on that straight and narrow path, man. If you're going against the grain, then guess what, man? Especially if you're following Yahweh Bashim Shai. Really, only if you're following Yahweh Bashim Shai. If you're going against the grain by following Yahweh Bashim Shai to the best of your ability, and then guess what, man? You're on that straight and narrow path, which again is a path of difficulty because you're going to have, family members looking at you crazy, man, because you're not eating pork, you're going to have your friends looking at you crazy because you don't want to go smoke some weed, you're going to have, just random people looking at you crazy because, especially for the, the darker skinned, Israelites, man, you're just some nigger, man. Who are you to have this type of knowledge, man? And that's the kind of, I guess, limits they put on us, man. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
First Peter 4 and 3, and it reads, the time past of our life may suffice us to have brought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in the viciousness, lust, lasciviousness, the water, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries.
Right, and those are things of the world. Go ahead.
Verse 4, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evilly.
Right.
See, so like back at the brother's point, a lot of the things that Yahweh Bashim Shai, whose mercy and grace, pour within us to depart from, hey, we understand that, doing those things, it's not going to lead you anywhere but to death, man.
Right.
continuing to live wickedly, as it says in Ecclesiastes 12th chapter, the Lord hates sinners. Man. You see, so we shouldn't be using this time of liberty, this time of grace that we're in as an occasion to the flesh, but serving Yahweh Shema Shai. So these people think it's weird that you're not smoking that weed no more. You don't want to, you don't want to go out and commit all types of abominable acts. They might call you weird. They might call you lazy. They might call you boring. You don't have a life. You see, that's the world we live in. With wickedness, you have to. The only way you can have fun is if you commit wickedness.
That's right.
That was the point.
Yeah, man. You're absolutely right, man. Beautiful point. Because again, we would rather be called boring. We would rather be called, lazy because we don't want to go out there and do the things of the world. We'd rather just sit at home, study, get this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, or on our free time, when we have served Yahweh first, we do our hobbies, man. Some brothers get into songs, some brothers get into the herbs, those type of things, man. Which are ultimately what kingdom building, man. Because that's our mentality, man. We're kingdom minded, man. We're not worried about the things of this world, man. But because we're in that mindset and we're walking on that straight and narrow path, and the people don't understand, our mindset. They don't understand why we're doing what we're doing. No, even though it be told to them, man. They can't understand it. They can't receive it. So what their mindset is, oh, he should be doing what I'm doing. Yeah, and we're looking at them and what they're doing is, and that's completely wrong. Which then has that headbutting take place, man. You're contrary to them. What does it say? It says what does it say? A wicked man or a sinner is an abomination to the righteous.
Oh yeah.
We're completely against each other, man. And the righteous is an abomination to the sinner or the wicked. We're completely contrary. We don't mix. Just like I remember the brother in these last days, he posted a video earlier how the two oceans, they don't mix, the waters don't mix. Yeah. Hey, that's how we are, man. We don't mix, even though they're our family members, they're our friends, we don't mix with them, man. We have to understand that when you come into this gospel, because of that, you might have mixed with them at one point. You might have been smoking weed, you might have been doing this, that, and the third. But when you stop that, hey, you're completely contrary to them, and now it's like as if you're against them, and against what they're doing, and in reality we are.
They look at you like, oh, he's trying to be this righteous, which we are trying to be righteous.
That's right.
See, as it says in the book of Titus, that we should deny ungodliness, man, and live righteously and godly in this present world, man. That's how we got to be. Following in the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai, man, following in the ways of our forefathers, man, those ancient paths.
Right.
I got a quick one for you.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes.
Speak up a little bit. Just in case
the wind. Yeah. Come on, this is Ecclesiastes 13 and verse 16, and it reads, all flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly? See that? These people don't even want to be around you at a certain point. See, because right now, Yahweh Shema Shai has it to where everybody's doing what they were destined to do.
Right.
See, that's why you might have certain family members that all these scriptures you're breaking down to them, and you're showing them the history and all this stuff, they just can't get it. See, because hey, wisdom is not manifest unto many.
That's right.
As it says, man, wisdom is too high for a fool. Right. And the fact of the matter is, Yahweh Shema Shai is the one who gives that wisdom. So you can't be mad at them, man. They get mad at you and cuss you out, call you the devil. I mean, my grandma, she would, she'd get real mad at me, man. But you find out, you can't save everybody, man. It's up to the Lord, not up to you.
Yeah, man. Again, for those that are truly sincere, when you come into this gospel, and what I mean by sincere, I'm talking about even when you go home, when you're off the camera, you're still in that mindset, and you're still, kingdom minded. You're not like, okay, well, cool, I did what I needed to do. I'm gonna go back. Let me smoke my little blunt. Let me get drunk. Let me go to a party. Let me go fuck this little bitch that she got a man, but she still want me type attitude. Like, nah, fuck that shit, man. For those that are truly sincere, you're not gonna, you're gonna be the same on and off the camera, man. Remaining in that holy conversation, continue to be kingdom minded, continue to strive to please Yahweh Shema Shai. Yeah. When you do that, guess what? You're gonna go through a lot of shit, man. You're gonna have family members coming up. Hey, me and the brother still going through the shit, man. Still going through, our family members. For those that don't know, me and this brother right here, we're actually related, man. as far as blood, we're blood. I mean, yes, we're brothers, spiritual brothers, but we're also physical brothers as well, man. So we're still going through it, man. We still deal with these things, man. But that's ultimately going into when you come into this gospel, you have to understand that that's going to happen, man. You got that count cost? Oh yeah, I got. Yeah. Let's grab that, man. Because again, you got to count the cost, man. You can't just sit here, and come into this thing not knowing what is going to, what you can lose, man. There's consequences and recompenses to everything, man. There's pros and cons to everything, man. And you have to be able to sit down and think about those things and meditate on if you're really willing to lose those things, man. And again, for those that have been in the gospel and you did just that and you found out, hey, the pros outweigh the cons tremendously.
Has to be a balance, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go to that straight gate.
That's right. Go ahead.
Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he hath sufficient to finish it?
Right.
Lest happily, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
Right, because a lot of people, they'll come into this gospel not necessarily counting the cost all the way. They might count a little bit. Oh, okay, I can start. Let me start. Let me do this, that, and the third. And I'll go as I'll count the cost as I go. No, man, to seriously sit down and count the whole cost, man. Because there's a lot of dudes that'll come into this gospel and will sit there, won't count the cost all the way. And when it comes to certain points, you're like, damn. Well, I didn't know I was gonna deal with that. Nah, I can't deal with that, man. Nah, this gospel ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't worth it. They didn't weigh the pros and the cons, man. They thought about a little bit of the cons and a little bit of the pros, and we're like, okay, the little bit of the pros outweighs the little bit of the cons. No, you got to go all the pros and all the cons. You know what I mean? Yep. And then when you hit that one big con, that's basically a deal breaker, and you're done, man. And when it comes to the cons, there's no deal breakers, man. There shouldn't be any deal breakers, man. Everything I'm not even focused on the cons because the pros, again, they outweigh and they have more weight and they have more value than the cons, man. Because why? Because we sat down and we weighed them out. If I lose this is what I'm gonna get. If I lose this is what I'm gonna get. That's exactly how it's gonna be. That's exactly how it is. Even to this day, brothers are still going through this stuff, man. Yeah. Losing friends, losing family, losing, financial stability,
Shit be hard, man.
But we understand that we want to gain those things back and some in the kingdom. So we're not worried about the friends and family we lose now, man. And when you lose friends in the world, and you gain brothers, friends, within this truth, man.
Yeah, man.
Because the brotherhood is big. The brotherhood is not small, man. So you gain a whole bunch of brothers, man. You gain a whole bunch of friends, because friends goes in the word brothers, man.
Yeah, friends with brothers, man.
That's right, man.
People in the world, it might be cool with you, but hey, when push comes to shove, they're gonna try to kill you, man. Like friends start fighting one another like enemies.
Yeah.
The time of Jacob's trouble, these friends aren't really your friends, man. Now you might have certain, individuals that believe and whatnot, and they might be walking in the ways of how about but that right there is still a brother, man.
Right.
But I got a quick one.
Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter Revelation chapter 10 and verse 10. And the reason I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Yeah.
See, that's so, hey, you come into the truth. The Lord brings you into this truth. And you're like, man, I'm an Israelite. I'm a chosen of the Heavenly Father. His only begotten Son who sins to die for me. All right, my people. You start to realize all these different things. And then, it brings immense amount of joy. You feel like, man, I got a purpose now, and I know what I want to do in my life. I know that I have a reason to live. Everything starts to make sense. And then you start to come across your family members hating on you. And now you're trying to get, you have that zeal on you. You start trying to tell everybody, everybody looks at you different. They might not want to hang around you no more. They think you're just a, a weirdo. You see, and that's the bitterness. That's one of the bitterness of being in this truth. Yeah. Having to, ultimately bear that, man. And a lot of you brothers, grew up with your family members of different cousins and brothers and whatnot, they might not all gonna like you, man. See, because the spirit that's within you is the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is not of this world. See, so your vibration is completely different from theirs. You're vibrating at two different levels.
That's really the way the Most High wants it.
Yeah.
And I got this right here. This is Luke 12 and verse 51. It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division." And so the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is literally going to separate those, and especially the time that we're coming into. Man. You got Jacob's trouble. World War III is basically on the brink. Really it's already started. Man. World War III is already started, and you got a Jacob's trouble about ready to start, about ready to pop up. So shit is about to get real bad out here, man. You're gonna have family members that are gonna turn on you. You're gonna have friends that are gonna turn on you.
Yep.
And there's a certain family member I'm always telling the brother, man, that hey, I believe that one's gonna turn on us, man. I believe he's gonna snitch on us, man. I'm not gonna say what family member it is, but for certain reasons, I believe that one man is gonna snitch us out, because of his actions, man, the way that he views us, man, and it's a family member, and it fucks us up, man. It's hard to, it's a hard pill to swallow, but nonetheless, hey, we gotta swallow that pill, because that's what it's gonna be, man. And continuing on, verse 52, it says, "For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3." So hey, there's gonna be, the scriptures also say that your enemies will be that of your own household, man. So we have to understand. We have to. You holding that?
Yeah, I'm holding it.
Damn, go ahead and get that, bro.
Matthew 10 and 36, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household."
Shall be. So that's letting you that it will. Shall meaning will. So it's gonna be of your household. Your enemies are gonna be those that come up against you in this troop are gonna be those of your household, man. Those that you're around the most, those that you grew up with, man. Because again, this path is not made for everybody, man. And we started out with that Matthew the 7th chapter, which we're gonna end up going back to that. Matthew the 7th chapter, starting at verse 13, where it says they're gonna be, that broad and wide path, that many be there that find it. So most people are gonna be on that broad and wide path, that easy path. That path that most people are really, everyone and their mama could be on that path. Even us, we can all be on that path, man. Hey, but the difference is the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai opened our mind up to a better path, to seek a better kingdom, a better country. And we count the cost, and we know and we see that, hey, we want that. We don't want nothing else, man. Because we look at what this fucking world is all about, and we're like, hell no, this is trash, man. So, hey, whatever I gotta lose in order to gain, I'm gonna lose it, man. Fuck all that, man.
Everything we got, man, is nothing, man.
Right, Hey, because in Matthew's I think it's the 19th chapter, verse 29, it says, "He that forsaketh mother, father, son, so on and so forth, house, all you shall receive 100-fold back, man." Yeah. Hey, so again, that's one of those scriptures that helps you count the cost, because it gives you, okay, if I lose this, what am I gonna get?
That's
you know what I mean?
Peter asked, Yahweh Shai said, we have taken all and followed you.
Yeah, same chapter.
What shall we receive? Man?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, hey, Yahweh Shai basically telling us, hey, if you lose these things in the world, hey, when you get to the kingdom, you're going to receive all those things back. And I remember Elder Apostle Gabar talking about he had to forsake some of his kids, man, his woman and his kids, because they didn't want to believe, They didn't want to, they wanted to come up against him. So he said, nah, I'm gone. So he lost kids and a woman, man. And he's going to receive 100-fold, man. And I remember, he might have more, but I don't necessarily know. But I remember him talking about the kids, Yeah. So now just think about that. He's gonna have 200 kids because he lost 2. He's gonna have 100 wives because he lost 2. Now him being apostle, him being the head, he's gonna have a hell of a lot more than that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying. I was just giving you an example. Right. He's gonna have a hell of a lot more than that, man. So it's, come on, man. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to give us what we lose back, And I want to continue on Luke 12 and verse 53. It says, "The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, right, man? So we're gonna, we're gonna have our family members come up against us, man, and we might have to just say, you know what, you know, if it's our our father and our mother, hey, you still reverence them, and it can be, if they're showing a lot of hatred, you don't have to be around them, you don't have to talk to them all the time, man. Keep it at a distance, and that doesn't mean, oh, I'll keep you at a distance, so I'm gonna always talk on the phone with you. No, hey, every once in a great while, you call and say, hey, how you doing? You doing good? Do you need anything? You need any help? Oh no, cool. Keep it short to the point. Cool. I'm off. You know what I mean? I'm checking on you. It can be once every great while. Just I don't want to get too personal, but hey, my mom's an Edomite, man. So that hatred is already there, man. It's perpetual hatred. But every once in a great while, you check up on her, man. That's honoring thy mother and thy father, man. Just keeping it straight to the point, making sure that everything's okay. Especially if the hatred is real high.
Like the GMS Phoenix brothers, man. That conversation about that after camp. It's like, man, sometimes you get to a point with your parents, man. You just gotta be son. You gotta be daughter. You can't be, who you are in the truth, because that's just gonna start problems, man.
That's right.
You learn that more as you go. That you don't always need to talk about scriptures when you're around certain type of people. Now, of course, the brothers, man, it's just natural at this point. The mercy and grace of the Lord, we're always talking about, prophecy and the kingdom and all these different things. But when you get around, certain people, hey, man, like your parents, just keep it, just stay son. All right, just be daughter. You know what I mean? To just say it, man.
Yeah, man.
That's how you gotta be.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Are you done with that one?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't want to get this one. This is heavy too. Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh. It reads, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. And you might have some brothers, that are probably like 4 brothers in the same family. The Lord brought them together. I remember the brothers I broke down a long time ago too. I said one of the city. You got 30 brothers in a camp in one city.
Yeah.
So it could be more, but for the majority, it's not a lot.
Yeah, compared to the millions that are within that city. Or the hundreds of thousands that are in that city. Or maybe even the whole state. You might have 30 brothers in the whole state. The state got fucking 4 or 5 million people in it.
That's crazy, man.
It's
crazy. And scripture say that Ezekiel, that talks about the little sanctuaries.
Yeah.
Little sanctuaries, man. They're not big. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different camps get like 300,000 views in like 1 hour. Because that's because they're ultimately they're out there with the beautiful looking garments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got some clean cuts. Which is going off according to the scriptures.
Right.
See, but nevertheless, man, only the remnant's gonna really, be like it says, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me, man. Right. And Yahweh Shemel Shai is not speaking through all men; he's speaking through his elect men, the house of David, man. But point being, it's gonna be a very small remnant of people that come out and make it, man. So if family members aren't getting it, you can't even get too mad at them, man. Don't try to sit there and debate. Okay, now if they're curious and they got questions and they're you can sense they're sincere. Answer the question to the best of your ability, man.
Keep it straight.
Keep it straight to the point. If they start getting loud, they want to cuss you out, you just walk away, man.
Right.
All it's gonna do is drag more problems your way that you don't want to deal with. Hey, man, that right there is real bitter. But we gotta go through it. We gotta go through random people cussing us out. Friends, co-workers, managers, whoever it is, man. See, we gotta go through it. We gotta go through the fire. We made better.
You want to go back to that Matthew chapter? Get 13 and 14 and right there.
It's Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. Wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Right.
Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Right, man. How many people are going to be able to walk this path because of those things that they lose? A lot of people care about their families, so much that they're like, no, I can't lose my family members, And at this point, you have to look at those family members and be able to say, I'm gonna get you back in the kingdom, I'm gonna be able to fully enjoy you in the kingdom, And that's the kind of mentality you have to have, man. My friends, hey, I got my brothers, man. You know, if that's really how it's gonna be, hey, who knows? You could be the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah can have you put in the same position, being my friend, another brother in the kingdom. So now you just add more to your brothers, man. Add more to your friends, you know? Yeah. So hey, you gotta have the mentality of, hey, I'm gonna receive you back in the kingdom, so to speak, man. You know? And in reality, that's what's gonna happen. You know, because the those that are 2/3 are gonna come back to the loins of the elect, you know. Hey, so again, that's the mentality you gotta have, man. Count the cost first. You know, realize that we're gonna go through these things, man. We're gonna deal with, you know, our family members coming up against us. Our family members literally telling us that they hate us, man. You know, our family members literally showing forth that hate, you know, in different kinds of acts, mainly coming up against us, cussing us out, you know, excluding us from certain things, you know. And at this point, you know what I mean, you should already not want to be around them because of the time that we're coming into, man. And they might just drag you down, you know. So really, you should be starting to separate yourself more and more from them, you know. Yeah. But like I said, if it's your parents, man, check in every once in a while. Other than that, man, you ain't got to be around these people, man. You know. So yeah, man, count the costs. Understand that we're gonna lose some things, man. Oh. He fell right on his face. Damn, that's judgment. He fell right on the rocks, on his face. Damn. He tried to turn, he couldn't get it. He just fucking fell right on his face. Damn. Yeah. Damn, that's judgment, man. God damn. But yeah, man, getting back to the point, man. You know, that's basically it. You know, we don't want to beat a dead horse, man. Hey, but Lord wills edify, Lord wills straight to the point. You know, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and others of great Bethel who very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim with this gospel of truth and sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai one upon your houses. I want to say Shalom, Kwame Shalom, and above all, Shalom.